What's going on, people? It is Irish Gunner HD here. You can call me Irish, and welcome to episode 23 of Will It Drift. So today's car is as suggested, the Aircode's newest Corvette by Linden Games, and the newest one that I had is the 09 Corvette ZR1. I think there's probably newer ones, but I think they're DLC. So before we, no, I'll leave that to the end. Actually, I've got a little thing to mention at the end, but yeah, so as standard, it comes with 638 horsepower, 604 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs 3,350 pounds. And I thought it was very good, actually, to be honest. It was very quick. There's a lots of grip, and one of the only real problems that I had was that it was maybe just a little bit stiff. It wasn't very agile. It wasn't very reactive to my movements. I don't know if you can actually see it in the clips that I kept, but in some of the ones that I ended up having to delete when I was trying to get footage, I would try to flick it really quickly on entries, and it just wouldn't respond as fast. So I would like it to be a bit more agile. It could be a little bit better, but I'd also like to fidget with the gears a little bit. The gear ratios weren't perfect, but that's saying a lot. I mean, this is the very first build, so that's I would say that it feels better than most Will It Drift cars full builds, which is saying a lot. So it's not a surprise to see why many people in the Drift Lounge use the ZR1 as their main car. Again, it's got its little niggles as a standard car, but any kind of upgrades now should help. So here are some upgrades. In the medium build, it's got 662 horsepower, 609 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs 2,687 pounds. And what I've done to it now are just the street camshafts, race springs and weight reduction, all drivetrain to race, and the Wedsport TC105N wheels. And basically, I did such few upgrades because it already started off with 638 horsepower. And for most cars, depending on the tyres that you use, around 650 to 700. You don't really want to be getting close to 700 though. Around 650 horsepower is your sweet spot. And that's kind of what I found with this car. The medium build was an improvement, of course, as you'd expect. It feels a little more unruly though with the upgrades without the tuning, if you know what I mean. Like the fact that I upgraded it but I didn't tune it. With those, the way it's done, it feels more unruly. It's a little more kind of likely to let go on you. It's a lot more agile though, with the weight loss and the better springs and stuff. But the gear ratios still need fixing, because while they might have been too long, I think is the phrase before, now they're a little too short, and it needs my own touches with tuning and stuff like that. But for the medium build, again, it's for what it is. It's a very good car to drift. So strangely enough, for the full build, I actually kept the same horsepower 662 and the same torque 602. And the weight went actually up a bit because I added extra parts. I added extra parts, but I didn't actually add any extra power or torque. But it is what I would consider a full build and tune on this car. And I'd have to say it's pretty good. It was, as I said in the medium kind of build, it wasn't as stable as I would have liked it to be. I know it sounds weird because it was like overly stable or whatever, that it wasn't as agile as I'd like it to be in the stock build. But it was very good. It was very good, and it was quick and all that, and it was all the usual traits of a Corvette, an American V8 car in this game. They just tend to, oh, by the way, you can blame that spin out on an episode of on an exciting moment in Breaking Bad. So it performs as well as you would expect any kind of car like this, any kind of V8 American muscle car, sports car kind of thing. They all perform very well. They're all very fast, very grippy with the big V8 engines and the big wide tires and stuff like that. It performs very well. It was just very unruly. I don't know how to put it. It was just very hard to control. I'm sure with a lot more work, maybe not a lot more work, but with some more work, you could definitely get it to be really, really solid. But will it drift, I suppose, is the question. And the answer is yes. Shockingly, I know. But yeah, definitely. It will definitely drift. It is not, from my experience, from the one that I built, it's not my favourite. I am planning on working on it a bit more because I think it looks brilliant, and I know that the quality and the ability is in there. So I'm going to work on it more myself. I would definitely recommend it. But there's just some things that I wanted to cover. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to say, I was interested on how, like, when I was doing this car, it interested me to see how cars that will drift, like cars that are absolutely certain to drift, like a Skyline or a Silvia or in this case a Corvette, they're always fun to do, as you never really know what to expect in the different stages. I mean, like, yeah, you know what to expect because you know it will drift in the end, but at the end of the day, you don't really know what to expect because you know that it will drift, but you don't know how it will react to the different stages. of upgrades. Whereas something like in Alpha Mito, you know it's going to start off awful, get slightly better, and then probably will be able to drift. And then if it doesn't, it will go either way. But yeah, I just wanted to mention, sorry, I know, I don't know what I'll put in. I'll put in some pictures of cats or something like that to keep you entertained. But I just wanted to mention that if anything was out of place or wrong or weird about this particular video, I've moved over from Sony Vegas onto Adobe Premiere. So I've tried to cut it and edit it as similarly as possible, to the way I do it on Vegas. But Vegas has just been too crashy, too unreliable, not loading projects. I already had this video edited and ready to go in Vegas, and it just would not open it. It just flat out wouldn't open the project. So I had to go back to Premiere, and yeah, that's it. So if you notice any weird differences or anything like that, that wasn't on purpose. I'm just, I know some of the clips actually hadn't got any game audio. That was a weird thing that I ran into. So hopefully I'll get them all sorted out for the next video. Sorry, really do apologize for keeping you so long over the actual video time. But if you enjoyed it, please do leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.